We also hear, Gino, that many claims that automated QMS applications free up QA resources and allow them, in many instances, to be repurposed from policing functions to innovation and prevention. So the question here, I guess, is do you feel that you can do more with the same team of resources in terms of the work that you're now able to accomplish within your quality unit?
The answer overall is yes, but there's a positive side and a negative side. I would say yes in the way that things can move a lot smoother. People don't have to look for the documents. They can find out where they're at in real time, can provide immediate information by doing a quick search. We found that it allows things to be processed smoother. But then on the other hand, the fact that changes can be implemented more efficiently has increased the number of change controls we initiate. We found we've been able to make some significant improvement by using the system. And SOLABS has made it a lot easier to implement these changes. So then, in summary, on one hand, you could free people up, but on the other, more changes are initiated. But basically, people are doing more within the same amount of time.
Okay, I wouldn't necessarily characterize that as a negative. I think perhaps, although the volume of change controls has increased, I would guess that it's probably helped you to really keep your documents more current.
That's correct.
Yep. Okay. So, Gino, can you tell us how SOLABS QMS has helped you in preparing for audits?
Well, the organization part is easy. It's been our experience with several auditors that we've had recently. Many of them prefer to look at hard copies. So when the documents are requested, we can print them immediately, and that reflects positively on efficiency. The fact that documents printed out of SOLABS have watermarks with use before date provides them with additional reassurance that there are good controls in place for people to be able to use the most current document at any given time. Plus, everything's visible. When auditors walk through the facility and see people using SOLABS when they're requested to find an SOP, and everybody refers to it during the exercise, it gives further assurance of control. And during exit interviews, at least for the last few audits we've had, the auditors have spoken favorably of the system.
Great. Okay, so we have a couple of more questions here. We're nearing the end of the discussion. Just in terms of maybe some final words, Gino, from you. You mentioned earlier the importance of planning, and I think we all recognize that planning is a great tool, but of course, you know, we all realize also that we don't live in an ideal world, and issues come up during any project implementation which we cannot anticipate or plan for. So can you tell us a little bit about some of the challenges that arose during your implementation, and how did the team collaborate to resolve those to keep the project on track?
Okay, sure. During the initial implementation and as part of the initial testing and the challenging we did up front, we identified some areas for improvement and a few bugs. And by the time we were ready to validate and test, prior to test scripts preparation, we had gone from build 5 to 10. SOLABS was accommodating and was able to resolve the issues we identified efficiently, and the configuration management was maintained throughout these changes. But we had prepared a contingency plan in case the system was unavailable for whatever reason just prior to go live. And we experienced a performance problem at go live since the volume of users was considerably more than what we saw during the validation testing. And we reverted back to the paper system while we resolved the glitch. We worked diligently with SOLABS to solve the problem and had the system back online in about a week. At that time, the version we went with was SOLABS 2.6.3, build 11. We're now on version 2.8, build 8, and these issues have since been resolved. SOLABS has also taken a more active approach, which Philippe alluded to earlier, in validating new releases, which has helped significantly. We now do a risk assessment and conduct tests only on those items we feel are critical to our business process, and found that that approach saves a lot of time.
Great, great. Okay. Did you experience any conflicts between stakeholder preferences during the implementation, and if so, how did you resolve those?
we found that, well, what we did is we maintained a help desk process and tracked suggestions and issues during our performance qualification and after. During the period, SOLABS was closely involved in the status of these issues and was aware of the preferences as they arose. We also experienced a few offline occurrences when SOLABS was updated with the enhancements, and during the time the employees were well aware and were receptive of this because the end result was in line with some of the preferences up front.
Okay. Were there any unique or non-traditional tools or approaches that you used as part of the implementation to accelerate the software configuration or validation or ultimately the deployment to increase the software return on investment?
I would say that SOLABS listened to concerns and issues we had affecting performance, and we're able to solve the issues by making a few changes to optimize efficiency and make things more user-friendly. And then they participated in the testing on site. One example that I can think of was we were unaware of the number of tasks that staff and QA were about to receive once we went to an automated system. The sheer number of tasks significantly slowed performance down, and we were finding that the home page took a long time to load. SOLABS created categories and menus to address this, and when it was upgraded, the performance of the system and homepage was access was like night and day. So they were very receptive to concerns and diligent in getting them done.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Okay, so Gino, based on your original scope, do you feel like you've achieved the goals outlined in your original business case for the SOLABS QM software?
I would think that at this point now we exceeded the original scope. At the time, it was rolled out primarily for the manufacturing department, which was made up of production, packaging, maintenance, logistics, QC, QA, and validation. But since has spread to our IT, finance, regulatory affairs, and most recently to our scientific departments as well. So it was in line with the vision I had when we went live, but we kind of narrowed the scope to manufacturing at the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, Philippe, just some final questions for you here. What's coming up in terms of development, enhancements, additional features or functionality in the SOLABS QM product?
Well, as of today, the main functions from a user standpoint are pretty much all there. So we always have three important components: the processes section, the document management, and the training. So they all have the functions we want. So we work to improve the performance first. Once people move to an electronic environment, they want access to information instantaneously, and we need to provide this capability. And this is always a challenge as our clients add more and more users to the application. Then there's the integration. So there's a lot of value for our clients to integrate with their LIMS, their document management systems, such as SharePoint or Documentum, their ERP as well. So we want to provide these capabilities out of the box to our clients, and even more easily for them to perform these integration. And finally, we always strive to bring the user experience a step further with SOLABS QM, and the ease of operations is always an area we try to improve. For instance, now we're working on a pilot project to include external signature for our clients who would want to communicate with external parties and extract at one point in the process or one signature on a document from an external party and still be within their SOLABS environment internally. Also, we work on providing even more personalized dashboard without any configuration from the user standpoint. So we know what our users want, so we're able to come up with these dashboard, and they're having them all made up for them. They don't need to configure anything.
Mm-hmm. Great.